Oh, how about that? Says I'm still there. It is. See if I have sound. Yep, got sound. So good morning. Wait for a little bit. See if anybody comes in to say hi. Hello, Jason. Nice of you to pop in today. Just going to go over my little hunt at the schoolyard. Didn't turn out exactly like I wanted, but you did. Hey, Grace Scott, how's it going? One for you. So how's your Friday? Anything exciting, Grace Scott? You can't hear me? Well, I just made sure I had sound. Can you hear me now? I think my microphone went under my collar. Is that better? Hey, Talca. How you doing? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Oh, okay. Yeah, my microphone, I'll move it down a little bit because it got caught under my collar. That'll be better. Well, I hope you're having a great day, Talca. So here pretty soon as a few people show up here, we're gonna wrap up what my little schoolyard hunt provided, and wasn't a lot, and I didn't find the crucifix that I was looking for, and pretty much covered about 90% of the whole schoolyard. Yeah, it is here too. It's nice and sunny out. Yesterday when I was doing that hunt, it started sprinkling on me, and as soon as I stopped at 4 o'clock, it started lightning and thunder and pouring down rain. So I had to walk back to the park where I parked my car, because when I got there, the kids were getting out of school and all the parents took up all the parking, of course. So I parked in the park, walked over to the school, and then I had to walk back. And just as I started walking, I shut the gate on the schoolyard, it starts raining and lightning and thunder, and it was a lot of fun. The lightning and thunder was right over my head too. It wasn't like way off in the distance, it was like right there. Backbreaking metal detecting. Thanks for coming in. I just turned that down. Give you a wrench there. This is the first time you've been into my live stream. Well, thank you everybody for being here. And I only have the music on. Well, I put it in the background to keep from having blank lulls when I'm not thinking of something to say. So, but I have it up a little louder in the beginning. Sorry about that. But anyway, I was just waiting for people to come in. How's your day backbreaking? Anything exciting happening today? Well, if you have to leave, or even if you don't have to leave, hit the thumbs up so I know you were here. So anyway, the school didn't have, it had a lot of deep stuff. And I definitely didn't want to be digging really deep in the schoolyard. The grassy area had tons of coins, and I'm pretty sure they were all coins. If they weren't too deep, I went ahead and dug them, but some of those coins were down, showing as deep as the detector. All the little bars went all the way to the bottom. So nothing on top, really, and I didn't find but a couple of things that were topical, or that could have been dropped there within the last 2 weeks. So I think when things, they keep that pretty tightly manicured, so I think they have a lawnmower, and I think it pretty much picks things up. If they run a lawnmower over that lawn within a couple of days of him dropping that chain, the chain for sure would have went up in the lawnmower, or a kid picked it up, or well, thank you. Yeah, I generally, after a hunt, I try to do a live wrap, and what I call a wrap and wrap, so we can just talk, and I can show you up close what I found, because during the hunt, you get to see it there, but you don't really get to see it. You don't see any detail in anything, and so this is my way of sharing with everybody what I find. And I think I won one of your giveaways last week. William, good morning. How's it going? How's everything? Keep your cat away from your phone. So anyway, got a few people in here, so I'm going to start sharing with you what I found. The school was a little, I thought for sure I would find more, because I didn't believe anybody had been in there metal detecting. But some of the schools have janitors that go through the tot lots and stuff every once in a while, and they use a rake and rake things up. And this one didn't look like it had been raked. So anyway, I'm going to turn the camera around here, and we're going to check out my oh, here we go, my finds. Okay, one of the first things I found was, see that here, this little well, I think the first thing I found was this little stud. So that came off of somebody's jacket. I'm sure they probably had little studs on their jacket. So it's just one of those little clamp-in, bedazzled stud type things. And I know I didn't miss anything that, you know, was within reach of my digger, because I didn't leave the spots that had a good signal. And the next thing I found, I believe, was a zinc and penny, so I don't need to show off a zinc and penny. I think I got a little bit of a pile of zinkins. I didn't dig all the zinkins because they're, like I said, the coins, there were a lot of coins that were really deep, and I didn't want to really tear the place up too badly. I want to be able to return, so I got 8 zinkins all together in a array of conditions. So that's my zinkin find there. I got a couple of other little things, and I know I'm not missing any of the little jewelry and stuff that might have been there when I find these things, like this little brad and wire, and you know, this gave off a signal like a chain because it's just a thin piece of wire. But you know, you gotta look at those signals or you don't get the chains, right? So those are the little things and the zinkin. And right close to the end of looking in the sand, I picked up a little surface find there, and I didn't find much on the surface. I picked up a few pieces of trash, and like to leave the place better than I found it. So there you go. Those are, oh, and I got a nice sharp screw. I don't know whether it's a screw or a nail. It looks like it's got a screw thread on it, and maybe a screw head. Yep, it's a Phillips screw head. It's kind of, it's not a drywall screw, but it's similar. It's a self-tapping type thing, and it's all rusted on the end. I found this in the sand, so if any kid was digging in the sand, that's maybe a little bit of a painful thing removed from that. So, okay. So we'll leave the stud out there because that's probably, it's not valuable at all. Oh yes, and the legend picks up little small items like this, and those are like the jewelry end of things. When you're looking, a lot of people skip over those signals. They're going after the really strong signals, and they want to get like this is not a piece of jewelry, but it's a piece off of a pin. The very last target I found before I shut down my live was this, and it's a pin. So in the sand area, I found the pin back, so I have a complete pin there. You don't find these very often, but this hasn't been there very long. It's not rusted or anything. It cleaned up really nicely. And this has been there a long time, however. The pin, you could tell that it started to burst, so it's starting to decay. But it's got a couple little hearts on it, a little half of Best Friends Forever. So the BE and the FRIE and the whole FOR part over here would be on the other side, right? So that was the last find that I found. In the sand also, I found this ring that had been there for quite some time. It's got a little ruby stone in it. Oh. Just a little adjustable kid's ring, but a ring is a ring, is a ring, is a ring. Hey, Tupac. All right. Well, thanks for popping by to say hi, Tupac. So, my third ring for the year. So I've got two cheapy rings, and I've got one really nice sterling silver ring with the wolves on it. That one is really cool. So, let's see, how can I think I can use this little clippy. I think I'll do that. I saw somebody use one of these to display their ring. Yeah, that works really nice. And one of the first targets I found was this little crown that was broken off of something. It's got one little jewel in it. I didn't even notice the jewel yesterday. It was so dirty. But it broke off of something. I think it might have been a ring. No, possibly not. Whatever it broke off of is on this end of it, and I'm not sure, but it's a little piece of jewelry. It's got a little stone in it. It's not gold, because the end that's broken is corroded, so pretty sure that's not gold. Looks like it's gold, but pretty sure if it's any kind of gold, it's gold plated, because this part is not corroded. This being corroded and this not gives me mine to gold plate. No, I don't think I'm going to go back to the school today. I covered it pretty good for topical. I may go out hunting today, but I'll probably just walk over to the park if I do. My park that keeps on giving. And when I was in the wood chips, I found the crown, and then I found this on the other side of the toys, which says Best Sis on it. And this wasn't very deep. It was like almost a coin laying under the wood chips. So this is um, something that hasn't been there very long. So I'm going to take this back over. I just wanted to show it in my wrap up today. And I wanted to take pictures of it. And then I'm going to take it back to the school, and they're going to see if any of the kids in that class, because it was dropped this year, for sure, this school year. So one of the little kids in the class has to know that they dropped it. So I'm going to take that back over to them. It's not real, valuable to anybody but the kid, probably. I mean, it's not a money maker. That's not even silver. I don't think it's silver plated. It's just a little chrome charm. Thanks, Tupac, for giving the reminder. That helps a lot. Well, I did get one copper penny. It's a 1976 copper penny. So there you go. Those are my goodies from the schoolyard. So I did add a ring to my ring-a-ding-ding. My collection, so that's 3. And nowhere to go from here but up, right? And let's see, this nickel, can I see a date on this nickel? Oh, 2091. Okay, that one's not old. This one kind of scared me. I thought actually I got an older nickel, but it's not old at all. It's come on, focus. Can't get this thing to focus on anything close. Another 1991. So it's look at the difference. They're both 1991. They were both in the same ground. But this one's been there a lot longer than this one. So when I first dug this one out, I thought, oh, I might have a war nickel there, but no, it's not a war nickel. And this one is they're all come on. This one's a 2001. It's 10 years newer than those two. So and then I got 4 dimes. And this one, '96. So these have been there a while. Oh, this is not a dime. I thought this was a dime. I got another copper here. I got 2 coppers. It's 1973 here. Yeah. Oh, 1976 and 1973. Okay, I got 2 coppers and 3 dimes. I don't know why I put the copper in there with the dimes. But dimes are newer. Come on, focus. What is it? 1967, I think. Huh? 2003. What's this one? This one is 19. Yeah, 1990. So, nothing really old, but I bet those ones that were really deep are pretty old. This one, I got a 1980 quarter. And this is a 76, a bicentennial. And a 94. So I'm pretty sure the older ones it rings up a little higher, William. Generally, a nickel will ring up like 25, 26, but a war nickel, I don't know what it rings in the ground because I've never found one in the ground, but I've put a war nickel under mine and it rings up around a 28, 29. It's really nice you guys come in to chat today and see what we found. But no gold or silver. I wasn't looking for gold or silver in there either. I wasn't thinking that little kids would be wearing gold jewelry. I really wasn't. Not on your life. But, you know, it's like this best sis. Some little kid has a brother or sister that gave her this, and it says best sister, you know, best sis. So, and I know this is something they lost this year because it was just right on top, really. It was just move a couple of wood chips and it was pretty much there, right, laying right on top of the dirt. So I'm hoping that they'll find the owner of this. This is just a little cheapy ring, and it was way deep in the sand. So this has been there a long time, and not really corroded as much as it was dirty, but I doubt if any kid would remember this from this year because it was way too deep. It was down there full length of the knife. This broke off of something, so I don't think that even though it was, can't even hang on to it. Even though it wasn't all that deep, it was, down in the dirt. It wasn't, I had to dig it out. It wasn't just laying on top. So, like the little pendant was. And this was buried over by a tree, and it's been there a long time, a lot longer than anybody would be there to remember it. And this is nothing. So, and the change was not, one was laying pretty much right on top in the grass. So that was my finds, and I'm pretty sure I covered it well enough to have found the crucifix, if it was there. My guess is that the chain and crucifix fell off together. He either broke the chain and the crucifix was together, probably somebody picked it up. Otherwise, I thought possibly if the crucifix fell off of the chain, I would be able to pick it up, pretty close to right on top of the ground, in the grass or in the wood chips or something. But the chain, those rarely get found because they lay on top of the ground, and most of the time people pick them up. So, but we didn't do too bad as far as finds goes. We just didn't find the target that I went after. And as you see, I picked up anything that rang up that was not so deep that I wanted to. Hey, Hunter Bisher, how are you today? What's exciting? Happy Friday. Thanks for coming in to say hi. So, this is a pretty good idea to hold rings up. I saw somebody do that the other day with one of these. Another person used a paper clip. Probably work better with a black one of these so that it shows the ring off better and it doesn't glare. But that's kind of a neat way to hold a ring up. Let's turn it around and see which is a better way. Let's see if it. Yeah, let's go this way. Yeah, kind of like the usage of that better. Okay, so not a bad hunt. Not a bad hunt. I'm going to see if I can get in to the other schools. And the thing about schools here now, I mean, when I first started, there were a few schools around that I could just walk onto when there was nobody around. I asked at the district office of one school district, and they said, oh, as long as there's no kids there, unsupervised kids or from the school, and it's not during school hours, it's okay as long as you don't, tear things up. But then almost every school has put up a fence and they lock the yards. So you can't just walk onto a school, you have to get a permission to go in there. So I was real lucky to have gotten this permission, and they've said that they would be happy to call me if anybody says I lost something, and then I could get there sooner than 2 weeks from the happening. So that'd be nice, you know, if one of the kids says, I lost my ring, and then they call me in to look for it, then I have a better chance of finding it, returning it, which would have been nice if I could have done this, you know. Okay, so tell me about your plans for the weekend. I gotta turn my camera around here. So anybody got any good places to go hunting this weekend? The weather, I think, is going to clear up a little bit around here. I don't know what the weather is like around where you're at. So what are you up to lately, Great Scott? I haven't seen any notifications from you, and you're going to fly some drones. Are you going to put the footage on your channel? Did you see the drone we found? So we found this drone. It's not a real expensive drone, but I charged it, it works. But looks like a pretty nice drone, but when I look it up, you can buy these, and it's got a 4K camera on it, it says, and when you look it up, it's an aerial monster, and it's complete. I mean, it's not broken or cracked or anything, but I think it'll cost oh yeah, probably so. Yeah. But you can buy this one for about $25 with the controller and everything. I think if you just wanted to buy the controller for it to replace the controller or match a controller to it, it would cost you the same amount of money, if not more. So you might as well just buy the whole thing. Heavy metal detecting. Hey, how's everything? Somebody new to the stream, guys? Say hey, hi to heavy metal detecting. Probably not new to the community here, but new to my stream. Welcome in. Thank you for saying hi. If you dash out for any reason, or before you leave, or while you're here, hit the thumbs up so I know you were here. And if you have a mind, subscribe. See what misadventures I can get into. We were just going over some of the things that I found in a school yesterday when I went to try and recover a chain and crucifix for a young man. Found me in the park and asked me to go look for it, so I got permission at the school and found a few things. Here, for the time being, I'm giving everybody that comes to say hi to me, as long as you're in the community of metal detectors, magnet fishers, or coin roll hunters, treasure hunters, so to speak, so you can mingle around the community. So, anyway, wish I could fly it, but this is just going to sit on the shelf. Don't want to throw it away, so just keep it on the shelf. It's nice, it folds up, compact. I think when you buy these, they come with a little case, and it's got the controller in it, and extra batteries and stuff, charger. But so, are you studying to get your FFA or FAA license, Scott? Well, that's the story there, Great Scott. I made a bad mistake. I started everything, got everything going. They gave me my memberships, and they gave me the store, and they, at 3,000, and I wasn't to $100 yet. Not even close. I only had like $20 of memberships built up there. And it wasn't even all memberships. William E., I believe, gave me a $10 super chat. It was really cool. Then I got 10 members, and was getting ready to give away the memberships that they were giving me, and they sent me an email, and I said, well, I'm not to $100 yet. They said they needed my payment information, how to pay me. And so I wasn't up even close to $100, so I thought, well, I'll get to that. And then I procrastinated and forgot about it. So they shut me down and sent me a message in my channel, in my so when you click on the $sign there to find out how many hours you've got, how many watch hours you've got, they gave me instructions, so I put in the information, and now I'm just waiting on the PIN number, which takes, they said, 2 to 3 weeks. They have to physically mail it, post it to me. They couldn't give it to me in an email or on the phone or anything. And so anyway, that's where I'm at. I'm waiting for the PIN number so I can put it in and get everything going again. So yeah, I was pretty disappointed in myself. I blew that one. Yeah, it'll come back up. and I can't see how many hours I've got now. I don't know whether I've reached the 4,000. I was getting close. I was at over 3,500. Um, that was about 3 weeks ago. So, well, there I stand. But I'm keeping it. I'm going forward. I'm not going to give up on it. I'm not going to say, oh well, I blew it and that's that. I'm going to follow through with it, mainly because, well, I want to be here doing this, but I really appreciate all of you guys. The association that I have with you in the community there, um, it's pretty cool. So I want to not only do it for myself, but continue on. You guys have worked really hard helping me out and everything. I really appreciate it. You guys are pretty amazing. So I'm up over 4,100 subs now, which is crazy. Crazy. But I've got a handful of you guys that are always here, so that makes me feel good. Yeah, I'm hoping this week, they're sending it to this address, so I'm hoping today or tomorrow is mail. Yeah, it's been 3 weeks, so since I got shut down. But that's my own fault. That's my own fault. Just not knowing what I was doing, really. And I should have finished it the first day I sat down with it. But I thought that they were going to offer me more options, but they didn't. There was only one option to have them pay you. So you can have other options with the PayPal and all of that for the store, but not for YouTube paying you. Remember that if you're going to start a YouTube channel. Everybody, remember, finish the job. Now, Great Scott's a bright guy. He figures things out and knows what to do. If I ever get a device that will handle it, or I get set up where it'll handle it, I was going to contact you, Great Scott, for helping me to get StreamYard going. Yeah, I've got some emojis made. Hey, Stiller Outdoors, thanks for coming in. So, since I've got some new people here, I'll turn the camera back around and show everybody the finds that I got from yesterday's school hunt. I got 3 quarters, 3 nickels, 3 dimes, and I got a handful of, I got 8 zinkins and 2 coppers. So I hit the cycle 3 times. This was my last find, little pin. I found the pin in the back separately. And then I got the little crown, might be gold plated from the looks of it. It's got a little stone in it. And then I found a ring that has a little pink stone in it. And this is probably the most recent drop that I found that might be returnable to the students. So I'm going to take that over today to the school and drop it off for them to see if they can find the owner. And this was too deep to be a fresh drop. This was deeper than a fresh drop. This is definitely deeper than a fresh drop. So, but this, I think we can find the student that owned it. So there you go. This is a great little stand. It's just not real move friendly. It's great for holding your device up in front of you. And, it's great for holding it down, but getting it to and from is the problem. Oh, nice. Well, this one's good. Here, let me show you a picture of it so you can see what it looks like here. Don't mind the stuff behind it. There we go. See it. It's a pretty nice sturdy stand. It's got a weighted base, and then it's got this big clamp, so it'll hold a phone or it'll hold an iPad up. So should probably, well, that's okay. Anyway, it's not a bad stand. The kids got it for me, and there's no ball joint. These are these joints. You can tighten them with give you a little Allen wrench set, and you can tighten the joints or loosen them. But it's a nice heavy metal one. It's just really, to move it around, turn it around. I need 2 cameras, and I need a lot of things to make something like this work really well. But I'm working with what I've got, and that works really good. Holding the iPad up here in front of me and turning it around to show the finds. So I'm using it to the best of my ability, and it's working just fine. But it's, I can't just hit a switch and switch it over to the camera. I was thinking about putting a mirror up behind it, so all I have to do is punch the button to switch the camera, and it'll go to the mirror, and the mirror will show the table, but then you can't zoom in on it, you can't show close-ups and stuff. So I'm always thinking about that kind of stuff, but my solutions aren't feasible. Jamie, good evening, mate. How's it going? How's everything over in UK? Saw your ride this morning. Kenneth Bird, thank you for coming in. You guys are all awesome. Thanks for stopping in to say hi. I'm getting more people in now. I've stopped showing what I was finding yesterday. It was all everybody that showed up for the hunt yesterday. That was awfully nice of you. I know that was impromptu, fairly impromptu, just given like 24 hours notice. But I thought it was a good thing to do for the kid, and I wish I would have found the necklace, but I didn't. BC is not here. That's not BC. My eyes blurred out on me. These little microphones work really good. If you can find this set. It's a, what's the brand on it? That's weird. It says wireless microphone, but it doesn't have a brand. What is it? It just says. Is that weird or what? There's no brand on the box. No brand on the box, just this. T-Rep. Rawr. So, if you see that one, it works really good, unless you get it under your collar, or unless you forget to turn it on. I wonder if I can plug this one in without shutting it. Tell me if this shuts off my microphone when I plug this one in to charge. Do I still have voice activation? No, I don't think so. I don't think you can have stereo. Yeah, at least I don't think they would work. Let's see. Is it? Okay, they're both on now. Let me see if it makes it any better. Oop. So, can you hear me any better with both microphones on? I think they're both on. Yep, they're both on. Which time, T-Rep? You guys, I've said you guys are wonderful a lot. Sounds the same? Yeah, I didn't think that would, but they're both on. See, they're both lit up. So, can you hear me better now or better now? Yeah, I think you only have one volume. You can't turn the volume up on these things, but they work pretty good. And I tried it out in the wind to record something. You know, just it wasn't live. I just recorded something. And about 15 minutes ago. So I just recorded something, and you know they have the little wind protector on them, so it was a little bit windy, and I tried recording, and it worked pretty good. So I'm going to turn that one off, plug it in to charge it because it was sitting there. Okay. Think bits. Yeah, I can't find volume control. If I hit the, just turns it off. It doesn't give you any adjustments. If I hit the three dots down here, it just says share. And if I don't know what that thing did. It just came up and told me that it did something. That it saved something for 5 minutes. That's interesting. What does that do? What does it say? Highlight saved to your channel as unlisted video up to 5 minutes. Okay. I think I'm going to have to read up on that. That's something new. They changed the controls around in YouTube. They're always doing that to me, and I go in and all of a sudden everything's changed, and I think, what did I hit? What did I do? And then I figured out that they changed the format, and they changed the aesthetics, and I have to do something different than what I was doing. So they're always keeping me on my toes. I just hit the live chat instead of the top chat. So took me out and put me back in. So what are you gonna take pictures of, Great Scott? What's your plan for the drone? Nice. Nice. I love finding lighters. Even if they don't work, I like to find lighters. But we found some good lighters. Got a couple of torches. That's cool. It'd be neat to see what's around you. Now, I really would like to get a good drone one day. Yeah, I found a few of those unreadable ones, and they always wind up right on the date, so you can't see them. But like two of them that I found like that are actually copper. I know they're copper from the weight of them and the condition of them. But the ones I just found. Um, yeah, this is a 1980 copper, but it's clipped on the top, so it's okay. I can see the date on it. So, are you guys hearing the music? I don't know whether it's way away from me, but you have a scale to weigh it? Do you know whether it's a zinc or a copper? Well, a 1997 will be a zinc, right? And a 1917 would be a, that would be, that'd definitely be a Wheatie. Wait a minute, when did Wheaties start? Let's see. Let's see. Starting year of the wheatback cent. What? $1909, yeah. Definitely be a wheatback. So if it's got the wheatback on it, it's a 19, anything before 1957. Yep. Yeah, I don't know whether you were here, Stellar, but I told everybody I posted a little short, and it was in my live, of this piece of metal that I found. Where is it at? Yeah, here it is. It's not a rock. It's definitely metal. But I called it a spearhead because, you know, it's good size. It's not an arrowhead, but it's not, you know. Anybody that knows me would know that I'm being facetious. It just resembles the shape of one, you know. And, you know, spearhead, if it was made out of metal, could be corroded and thick like that. But, you know, you got to know that if I say it's a spearhead, you really have to know that I'm being facetious when I find something like that, because well, there were Indians here. I could have found a spearhead. Oh yeah, I could grind this down into one very easily and then pretend it was, but you know, it's not. It's just a piece of metal, and it's not a rock. It looks like a rock, but if you look at the where I kind of hit it with my knife, in here you can see shiny spots, but it's non-magnetic, it's non-ferrous, so it has to be, it's not heavy enough for copper or brass. I think it's aluminum, but so anyway, I had a couple of people really, you know, they didn't say anything bad, but they kind of got after me. That's a rock. You know, no, it's not a rock. And another one said that, you know, it's too thick to be a spearhead. You don't know what you're talking about. Of course, I don't know what I'm talking about. You know, no, it's next time I come on this weekend. I think I'm going to wire brush this off and see what it looks like under all this crud. But it, you know, I don't know what it is because it's non-ferrous. It rings up with the metal detector, but it's non-ferrous. So, uh, did I say it was non-ferrous? No, it was right at the base of a light pole in the park. And I went around, I saw something shiny over by the light pole, and I went over to look for that, and then I swung over this, and it just screamed at me. So I thought it was the light pole, maybe rebar in the concrete holding up the light pole, but then when I dug it up, it was right at the edge of the concrete, and my pinpointer picked it up, and voila, I got a wannabe spearhead. Full silver, yeah. Do you have a um, electrolysis tub set up, Stellar? Looks bigger now than it did in the video, or it looks bigger in the video than it does now. I'm going to wire brush it off. It might just be a piece of concrete with metal in it. But it looks like, right there, it looks like an imprint of a washer and a hole. Looks like it was locked down at one point, like with a bolt through it and a washer. And you kind of looks like a washer there. But I'm imagining again. But no, I think it's got to be some kind of metal, some kind of alloy. Yeah, an electrolysis tub is really easy to make. You just have to get a plastic dish and a plastic little tub, Miracle Whip or cottage cheese or sour cream, some kind of plastic tub, a couple alligator clips, and an old phone charger, and a stainless steel spoon or fork or knife, or any kind of stainless steel plate, and you clip one end, and I believe it's the negative side, you know, and you can figure out which one is which by the wire itself, or you can hook up your alligator clips, put a piece of metal in each one, and mix some salt with some water and fill the tub, and then stick the pieces of metal down in on opposite sides if you don't know about electrolysis, and whichever one bubbles and starts sending bubbles to the top, That's your positive end. So the ground end you want to keep in the water, keep the spoon or plate, the piece of stainless steel in the water, and then you can hook your coin to the positive end and set it in the water, and it'll start bubbling, and it will clean all the corrosion off of it if you're going to do one coin at a time. And you don't want to leave it in very long, especially if you've got a nickel or a dime or a quarter. Pennies don't seem to matter with the zinc. Zinc absorbs electrolysis, so it'll take the corrosion off of it and leave you the zinc there. But you only have to do it for a few minutes, and it will loosen up the corrosion. Mainly the zinc pennies, I just knock off all the crud, knock off all the corrosion, and then I roll them up. So thanks everybody for coming in. You guys are all great to hang out with me, and I'm hoping that I'm accumulating hours during this 3-week time, because I was over 3,500 hours, and I think that this last 3 weeks, the way you guys have been helping me, I would have gotten to the 4,000 hours, I think, at least close. So I'm hoping that they're still accumulating while I'm on detention here. So you guys want to it's kind of funny with YouTube, if you're not familiar with it. They don't give you all the hours. Like yesterday, I generally do this at the end of the show, at the end of your stream. It tells you your particulars. Like got too much gamma going on there. Okay. So, can you see that? It says I got 35 views, and then I got total watch time was 5 hours and 22 minutes. Average view duration was 9 minutes and 13 seconds. And duration was 1 hour and 31 minutes. 1 hour and 31 minutes. That was yesterday morning. Okay. And then I had 10 people at one time. That was the highest amount of viewers I had, was 10 people. So it says that I got 5 hours, but when they boil it down, I will probably only get about 2 hours of that for some reason, whatever. So it's and today I've been on for almost an hour and a half, 10 minutes shy of an hour and a half. So I probably get about 15-20 minutes of today's live. I don't know what the algorithm is. No, they've got it all set up to where it determines. It's like there are people that come in and watch for 5 minutes, and I think they discount them because I didn't hold the interest of that person. If you come in for an hour, then and you stay for an hour, then I get a percentage of that as watch time. So I can't tell you what my total watch time is, I don't think, here. And I'm not complaining, I'm just saying, yeah, you were both times, William. Yeah, well, that's just the way that's the way they've got it set up, and that's if you're going to do this, you just kind of have to realize it and not expect more than what they're willing to give you, right? So if I go in and go into watch time, it might give me um, let's see. See, for the last 7 days, I've been on live for more than 2 hours every day this week, Monday through today. And well, not today. I've only been on a little less than an hour and a half. But so if I go to the last 7 days, it says I actually have 225.6 watch hours, but I can't go in and find out how many of them were credited. Generally, when I have like that many watch hours, I get about 26 watch hours. Because over the last 90 days, I have 3,706.1 watch hours. And I know that they haven't given me, but maybe, 800 of those hours as part of my watch time. So, and that, even if I got the 800 out of the 31, well, just say the last 28 days, because that's about how long that I've been in detention. Okay, so yeah, the last 28 days I've got 735 watch hours there. I may have gotten like 200 of them, maybe. So yeah, I'm probably not anywhere close to 4,000, but I can't determine what they're doing with it, So, because over the last year, it says I've got 10,777 hours of watch time, which for me, that's really great, but they're not. I was at 3,500, a little over 3,500, on my way to 3,600 when they stopped showing me what it was because of what I did or what I didn't do. David Carlisle, how are you today? So, thank you for that, David. So, I'm not, like I said, I'm not complaining. I'm just stating the fact that out of the last year, they've only accredited me with a third of what they say I've got. Yeah, that's for the whole year. 10,000 is for the last 365 days. So almost 11,000, and I have been credited with, for my watch time, for my qualification, 3,500. Oh, all time on my channel? Lifetime. Lifetime watch time is 13,789 watch time. That's before I really started. but the views now, lifetime views. Lifetime views isn't too disrespectful. It's disrespectful. No. It's a respectable number. That's what I meant. It's 2,743,335 views. That's nowhere close to the 10 million for 90 days. So 90 days, I only have. This last 90 days has been rough. I had a lot more the last 90 days of last year. I had over 1 million views, and now this first quarter I've only got 573,349 views. This stuff will drive you kind of crazy. No, that was for the last 365 days. Was the 10,000 view watch hours. I'm going by. See, I go in here. It says across the top, 7 days, 28 days, 90 days, 365 days. If I go 365 days, it says 10,777 views. Then it tells you each month. I can go to March, and in March I got 246 watch time hours. In February I got 762. In January I got 937, and I've been dropping in watch hours March. I have no idea. But if you hit the 365 days, that should give you the amount watch time hours, 10,777. No, that's not the case. If that's what I mean. They take the algorithm picks up for whatever it's written for, and they only give you a percentage of what your watch hours are. No, it's not that I don't believe you. I'm just going by what their numbers are. It's not a case of believing you. Believe me, great Scott. I'm just going by their numbers, their information that they give you. And I can't show you what they gave me as my watch hours, qualified watch hours. But if you ask anybody, they qualify certain watch hours for your monetization, and they don't qualify others, other time. No, it's not my interpretation of the info. It's just what it says. I'm not interpreting anything. I'm not saying, well, this means this and this means this. No way. I wouldn't do that to you guys or anything. It's not my interpretation. If you hit 7 days, it tells you how many watch time hours. Right there, tells you how many. If you hit 28 days, it tells you how many watch time hours. 90 days, watch time hours. I'm not interpreting anything. No. Well, I don't know whether this number, I have no idea whether this number reflects watch time hours from shorts. If it does, I get a lot more people watching my shorts than, but they're only seconds long. So come on, Gray Scott, you don't think I know what interpreting means? It means I'm trying to describe something in a different way or than what you see it. I'm only showing the numbers. I'm not interpreting it. I'm not saying, well, this number means that. I don't know what. All I can say is that it says watch time hours and that I have 3,106 watch time hours in a number behind it. Hey, Paws and Tiger, welcome in. And then I'm going by the number up here that says 90 days. That's what they say I got in 90 days. They don't put down there, well, this amount comes from shorts and this amount comes from videos. And I don't know what counts. I know I don't understand how it works. Come on, Gray Scott. I'm not being confrontational at all. I wouldn't be. I'm not. I'm just showing what it says. And then if I could see, which I can't right now because I'm in detention, if I could see the numbers that they give me for monetization, it's way different. It's like a third. And so it probably is the shorts, if they count the shorts in the total watch hours on my channel. Just ban him? No way. I'm not going to ban anybody for discussing anything with me. Especially Great Scott. I'm not going to ban him for discussing something with me. If you want to discuss something with me, know this. I am not confrontational about anything. I'm just factual about what is there and trying to understand. I'm just trying to understand. That's all, you know. And you're right. I don't understand because they don't break it down. And I have to find out how to break it down. Maybe I shouldn't try to break it down. Maybe I shouldn't try to figure it out. Maybe I should just accept it and that's it. Yes. Yeah, don't interpret it that way, guys. Come on. I want you guys to all be here because you want to be here and discuss anything. And let's just discuss. Okay. See you later, Paws and Tiger. I wish you would stay. But anyway, sorry. Don't leave upset, okay? And I wasn't trying to upset anybody, and I know Great Scott wasn't trying to upset anybody. Okay. I wasn't. Oh well. So, it is Friday. So, are you going? You didn't. I didn't see your answer. You probably answered me, Great Scott. Are you getting your FAA license for FAA license? Well, I hope so. I am not trying to confront anybody. I just like to discuss things, though. I do. Gregory Freeman. Oh, I'm in a great mood. It's, there, you know. Oh, I wouldn't be able to start with one that needed a license either. I'd start with a toy to get used to it, like that one that we found. I wouldn't buy a real expensive one, but if I ever did, then I would want to have the license so I would be permitted to use it. Happy, happy, happy. Yes, indeed, Gregory Freeman, you know me. $250. Yeah, that's, you know what? I wonder how much that drone weighs. I know it's a cheapie and I know it's not that heavy. Where's my scale here? I have a scale here, just a second. Try to keep everything within reach so I can do things easily. I have a postal scale here. So, turn that on. I know it's not 250 grams. For sure. Dropped a paper clip. Don't want to lose that. Where'd it go? So, go up to mode grams. Okay. Oh yeah, this one's 94 grams, 95 grams. So that would classify as a lightweight. I'm positive. So if it's 250 grams, that's cool. Okay, now we know. So if I buy one of those, they're only about 25 bucks. I can practice flying one of those. And maybe I'll be able to buy one of those one of these days. That's something I can set aside my clad for. Hey, Telly Savalas, how's it going? Thanks for coming in and saying hi. Don't forget to smash that thumbs up so I know everybody was here. The sound is a bit off. Well, I can't seem to get synchronized with everybody for some reason. Some people have a lower volume, and I think that I'm talking. I don't want to shout into the microphone. Yeah, me too. I'm with you, William. I like to watch the drone shots. You know who gets a really good, smooth video? If you ever watch him, is Juice. I love to watch his intros because he really gets some nice, smooth videos for his intros, and he does it just by holding his camera. And the GoPro that he's got, I don't know which one he's got, but it really has a good Steadicam version or virtue to it. It's a virtue. Um, what? Throw it. Oh no. Yeah, on Juice's intros, he just holds the camera and then he moves through the parks that he goes to and the schoolyards and stuff, and he holds it really steady. I couldn't believe it when he told me that it wasn't a drone. I thought, wow, that's cool that he can do that. Mine, I'm walking along or scooting along. Mine goes boom, 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 jumping up and down. Lucky James, good Friday to you. I don't want to go through that again, James. I'll make it really short. I didn't put the right information in, and they put me in detention until I did, and they're sending me a pin, so I'm waiting for the pin. I like that one little drone. It's a little bit expensive. I think it costs about $350 or something like that, and it's about this size. It fits in your hand. It might be, maybe it's, yeah, I think it's about the size of these two batteries like this, and it's a box, and it's got the propellers inside the box, and then you can hold it out and start it in your hand, and it just takes off from your hand. And then when you want to return it, you just hold your hand out, and it will sense your hand, and it will come back to your hand. That was pretty cool. Forgot the name of that one. What? Oh, that's too bad, Stellar. Oh, the one I was talking about is the X1. Okay. They are sending free models to reviewers. I'd like to review it. If it's a free model, I'd like to review it. Where do you go to get a free model? Or a free one to review? Gregory. Well, it's really great that all you guys are hanging out here. I am really sorry that anybody got the idea that I was being confrontational. I'm not. So I hope Tigers, understands that. You can't buy replacement propellers for that one? Well, they use drones for a lot, Gregory. They Skeet shooting, right, Gregory? Skeet shooting. Well, I wouldn't mind having one to practice with. And if they're sending out free ones, I might try to apply for that and see if I can get a free one so I can practice. I guess you don't get unless you ask, right? Yeah, I used to go squirrel hunting, Gregory. That was one of our favorite things, squirrel hunting, raccoon hunting. Just in drone channels that are big, huh? Yeah, I know us little guys don't get anything good. Us little guys, that might make us bigger guys. Is it just a drone or does it have a camera on it? Still, I guess most drones nowadays have cameras, right? Yeah, I guess if you were in a park and stuff, you can give the geese and the squirrels a bad time. Don't have any animals in the house, except for every once in a while I get a cricket. The spiders, got spiders and crickets. Oh, that'd be nice. That'd be nice to be able to see through the goggles. Wow. I saw a guy on Instagram the other day that was making fun of the new Apple goggles, and he put two real apples over his eyes and taped them to his head and said he was reviewing the Apple goggles. It was pretty funny. So the parts are easy to get, Stellar? Do they come with a bag of extra parts? Well, this is awesome. I got almost 10 people hanging out. Thank you guys. Hit the thumbs up so I know you're here. Still shooting for the 20 likes today. Got a couple more minutes. If I have 10 people in here when I hit 2 hours, I'll stay another 30 minutes just to give you guys a place to hang out. Now what, you drop down? Yeah, I thought so. I just lost 2 people. Oops. Ooh, Mario. So, really? Yeah, I'm not masterful enough to take things apart and customize them unless there's a kit. Yeah, there you go, William. You want to do it all now, huh? Well, thank you all for you know hanging out with me, and I'm hoping that you guys hanging out with me proves uh, collectible on my watch hours while I'm sitting through this, even if it's not. You guys are awesome for trying to help me. Appreciate it. And yeah, I'm probably the least knowledgeable of the whole group as far as when it comes to understanding statistics and analytics and algorithms and all that. I just understand that somebody else knows more than I know about it. That's what I understand. Yeah, I've seen a bunch of those stellar. Been looking at them, and I would really like to have one to give my channel a little oomph. I'm not worried about them. I just want to talk about something that You know, I'm not worried about the stats. It is what it is, right? It's their game. And I'm playing it. So that's pretty much the way it is all around. It's everybody else's game, and I'm playing it. So for everybody's convenience, I'm going to show the fines from yesterday one more time from the school. And in order of fines, I got first I found this little crown guy, which I think might be gold plated. It's got one little jewel in it right there in the top, and it's been broken off. So I don't know what it came off of, but I think it might be gold plated because it's not corroded except for where it broke off. And then I found this little Best Sis, which I'm going to return to the school when I'm finished with it. I cleaned it up, and I'm going to take it back to the school and see if they can find the owner, because I believe this is the only thing that was really dropped this year in the tot lot. Then I found all this change throughout, and I found this little ring in the sand lot. This was in the wood chips, this was in the wood chips, and this was in the sand lot, the big sandbox. And then this was around a tree at the very far end, and it's been there a long time. It's already started to corrode and burst at the seams. But in the sand lot, I found the little backing to a pin, so I put it on here. But so that's a nice little pin. Got hearts, half of best friends forever. So coins aren't anything special except for the 2 coppers. They're the most special coins that I found yesterday. So there you have it. Ring-a-ding-ding, I got another ring. I got a couple little pieces of jewelry and some clad and a whole bunch of treasure trash. So, oh, here I found this little guy too. You can put him in there, little stud. So, okay, everybody get a good look. What's that, Stellar? Hang on. Yep, you got a ground balance no matter what. Well, I have to ground balance every time I change from not only if I set the settings different, but if I go into wood chips, I ground balance it. If I go into the sand, I ground balance it. If I go into the dirt and grass, I ground balance it. So it's just automatic for me. I don't really, 98% of the time, I don't say anything about it, but I do ground balancing because there are different minerals and different things, more black sand and disruptive things in sand than in wood chips or in grass. So each different ground consistency, you need to ground balance because you just don't know what minerals are there that are throwing your detector off, especially these newer type detectors. Well, any detector. My Goldmaster, I had to ground balance all the time. Yeah, with the Goldmaster, I had to ground balance and turn the little knobs until I got it set. With the Legend, it's nice because you just push one button and it ground balances itself pretty much. Don't have to twist any knobs or anything. Goodbye. You have a great weekend. Take care. I hope you do something fun this weekend. All of you. I hope everybody has a good time this weekend. Yeah, but you still have a lot of salt and stuff there. So salts can throw off your metal detector. I want to thank everybody. Well, past 2 hours here, and I didn't have the 10. It looks like I have almost 20 likes. If we can find something to talk about here, I'll stay on until 2.5. So we'll, I know I said 10. I wasn't lying, but everybody's leaving now, so I probably won't stay on very much longer if everybody keeps leaving. Yeah, that's, you leave your book at home. I used to carry my book for the Legend everywhere. It doesn't have very much in it, just a few examples of settings. But then it shows you how to play with it, and then it leaves you on your own. Yeah, it is a bit of a learning curve. You got that. Oh yeah, I have to do that. But what bothers me is I used to carry it everywhere I went, and somewhere I lost it, and I don't know where it's at. It used to be in my backpack, so that I would have it all the time with me when I first got my detector, and then I didn't think that I removed it from my backpack, but when I went to look for it, it wasn't there. So I don't know what I did with it, and that kind of bothers me because I'm getting older. So it bothers me when I do things like that. So it's nice to see you hanging out, Great Scott, and Stellar, and everybody else is here too. I had a nice conversation with you guys today. Yeah. Well, once once you know how to maneuver things, then it's just a matter of playing with it and knowing what each one does, like changing the tones and number of tones and frequencies. And at first, it's really daunting to take those things and move them around. And I've got a little thing on here. This I really like this. But it's a feature in the phone. So on this right here, you can't use the zoom on it. But I have this feature in the phone where I can hit the magnifying glass here and then touch. Oops. It puts a border around it, and then I can touch right there, and it zooms in. And I really like that feature, but it does get in the way sometimes. That little thing, it's right there all the time, or I can move it anywhere I want, but I'm always having to move it around to, like, I can move it to the other side, get it out of the way, but I'm always having to move it because I'm doing something. It's always in the right spot to make it hard to do things. So I like that feature too. I like the when you can't zoom in to something, that works really good. But it does get in the way. So are you going to be flying your drones this weekend, Great Scott? I take things one at a time, Stellar. I have to work with one thing until I know it really well, and then I move it. Music's loud again? Oh, that song came up. The song before it wasn't loud, but that one is a little louder. So it's probably not in your ear now, right? It's hard to keep that thing. You put it on one volume, and then the next song is either too low or too high. so each song is a different sound level. You know what? I haven't seen today's weather report. My phone says let's see. Let's see what weather is. Local. Okay. Local weather says that it's 64. Feels like 64. Sunny. Precipitation 0, humidity 49%. Doesn't say anything about rain. It's a little cloudy. And according to this, it's going to be sunny all day today. Tomorrow is going to be partially cloudy. Sunday, partially cloudy. Monday, a little more cloudy. Tuesday, a little more cloudy, but doesn't show any rain for the next week. So, looks like it's going to be clear all week. According to this, that doesn't mean anything, no? Weather forecast. And hey, 10-day weather forecast. Excuse me. Yeah, no rain, but just partially cloudy through Wednesday, and then Thursday through Saturday it's going to be sunny. On the cloudy days it says it has a 4% chance, 6% chance, 4% chance. So yeah, it's going to be pretty clear all week. Yeah, when I left and the thunder and the lightning, and I thought, whoa, really? Gold went up that much? That's up $200, $300 an ounce. Oh. Hang on, guys. Listen to the music for a minute. I'll be right back. Sorry about that, guys. Coffee riddle. Nice, Gregory. What stream did you win that on? Well, that right now would be a good time to sell gold. I have a couple scrap pieces. Maybe I'll get rid of it. And I don't pay much attention to cryptos, and the only ones I pay attention to are the Bitcoins I find in this dirt. Wow. Yeah, if you're getting the purest gold and premiums for collecting. Yeah, for sure. If you've got some painting gold, now would be the time to sell it, huh? It's up over $2,000. I don't trust the cryptos. That's the banks and other people have too much control over cryptos. That's really scary to invest real money into cryptos and then know that somebody can just take that away with the push of a button on a keyboard. Yeah, that's always been something I've been leery of is getting something. I was watching this show where they restore cars and modify cars and everything. And this young guy said that he uh, made all of his money from cryptos and uh, he had several $100,000 in crypto. Uh, but one of the other things, I used to work with this barter company, and it was like Bitcoins. You get credits, and if you're a business, you can give credits out for people to come in and use those credits in your stores, kind of trying to get businesses around to work with each other. And people wanted to give it out so that they can get people into their store, but then they wouldn't accept it as the agreement. And the agreement was if you signed up for this, you would give so many bitcoins out, say. And these bitcoins were worth dollar for dollar. And but um, they would just do it to get people into their store or their establishment or onto their service, and then they started trying to manipulate it and say, oh well, I gave out this much and you have 100 bitcoins, but you can only spend 10 of those bitcoins and then you have to pay the rest in cash. So they were selling the bitcoins and giving them out free and selling them in books and everything, and then wouldn't accept them. So it was a real poor system. And I think that's the way bitcoins is you can buy bitcoins and people can give you bitcoins, but then when you go to use them, there's nobody to use them with. I hope that made sense. Because now I'm listening back to myself, it doesn't. But anyway, Yeah, cryptos are like stocks. You know, then working stocks, you have to know when to buy, know when to sell, know how to manipulate and everything. So cryptos is all in that arena for me. And it's not something I can hold in my hand. Like that's copper, but I can hold that in my hand. It's not worth too much more than a regular cent. You know, just the whole cent. But if you were able to sell that copper for the right price, it's worth more than what this copper, what the cent is, the weight of the copper. So, but you can hold that in your hand. But even that, it's really hard to get rid of that for unless it's in really good shape, and then you can sell it for a collector or something. But like if you have a copper coin that somebody needs in their collector's book, you might be able to make some money off of it. But as far as copper goes, it's worth more than what the penny's worth, but you can't sell it for copper weight. Yeah, if you're a real gambler, that's right. Crypto's a way to go for a real gambler. But see, I don't know anything about crypto other than it's um, digital. So you can buy into it. I know you can pay a bank good money and buy crypto, or you can pay a facility good money, regular money, and buy crypto. But then when you go to get rid of the crypto, how easy is it to exchange back to real money? Yeah, I like the old silver too, Stellar. I just don't find very much of it in the ground. Only one piece of silver so far in 2 years. Hmm. That term doesn't come up in search for me. Yeah, I don't know how that's going to work, Stellar. All these digital things, it's just not worth the risk for me. Not worth the risk at all. Good one, William. Yep, got to keep food on the table. Don't know about the gummy bears. I like gummy bears, but I don't think I'd keep them on my nightstand. I know that's one thing about finding this stuff. Nobody's dropping it. You know, all the clad that I'm finding is deep. You know, really, gold and silver legal tender, huh? Well, I know it used to be that way anyway. You could take, bulk metals in, gold and silver, and go into a store and they'd weigh it out. Used to be that way. Nope, it will not save us from inflation, that's for sure. It's only one way to save us from inflation, and that's to tackle it head on. Yeah, yeah. Wouldn't mind finding their watches. Closest thing to a watch lately I found was this little thing. It's the gear plate from a pocket watch. Found that day before yesterday. So that's the closest thing to a watch I've found in a while. Yeah, that's on my uh, bucket list. This is the closest I've got to a pocket watch. Just part of one. So, and that's funny that I just found the gear plate and I didn't find anything else of it. No case or anything. Yeah, I think it will. It'll get back up there. Silver's just so plentiful compared to gold. That's that's the thing. I think they've got so much silver that it's not as hard to find. There's so many silver mines out there, and wouldn't it be nice if you went and found a gold mine? I mean, as a prospector, when I used to prospect, I was always told that there's way more gold still left in the mountains and everything, in the desert, than has ever been collected. But it's so hard to find just a few flakes anymore that But some people are finding it. There's a gold mine right here close to me. It's up in the hills here, and they found a spot where they're pulling gold out, but not for the regular prospector. It's a mining company that found it. You got to go big time to get to the gold now, and they won't let you around here use dredges and stuff anymore. So, and when I was into it back in the 90s, before a few people made it illegal, you could get a 2-3 inch dredge and go to town and make some money, but not anymore. They won't let you do it here. Yep, everything's climbing. Everything is climbing up. I didn't even, the last 2 days, Tuesday and Wednesday, I didn't make a gallon of gas on coins. Yeah, I don't know how those numbers work. But anyway, guys, I'm a few minutes over 2.5 hours, 3 minutes over 2.5 hours. So much appreciation for you guys. I have high regard for all of you. Thank you so much. William, Stellar, great. Scott, I really appreciate the conversation. This has been great, but I think I'll let you go now. I've got a couple things I've got to do. I know you guys want to enjoy your Friday, and same time, same Incognito channel next week. And I am praying that you all have a great day. God bless you all for hanging out with me and just helping me out. It really is appreciated. All right. It's a superlative that I use way too much, I guess. But peace. I hope all of you guys do well this weekend. Have some fun. I'll be back next week. Stay well. Hunt well. Later, Gators. Let's hunt.